Hello, Book Tribe, and welcome back to my channel, The Bookshelf Chronicles. Today, I will be discussing the book "The President is Missing" by Bill Clinton and James Patterson. This book was written in 2018, and it was a dreadfully long book of 513 pages. I purchased this at Target for $21, and normally I'm able to give you a lower price if somewhere else you can buy it, but there is no lower price. It's a new book, so everywhere is going to be high. Barnes & Noble is actually higher than Target, so Target's your best buy for this book. This book is a thriller novel. That's what it's classified as. There's nothing thrilling about it, but it is a good book. Patterson, he's well known for his writing, so the cover is not what got me about this book. It was just the name James Patterson. That's the reason why I wanted to read the book. This book is, as it says, the president goes missing. So this whole time everyone's trying to figure out why the president went missing. What could have possibly led him out of the White House to the point where he was not leaving America at the time. The book only takes place about 3 or 4 days. He's only gone from the White House about 2 days out of that. And at all times, Secret Service was with him at a certain point. So he wasn't by himself. So he wasn't necessarily missing because there were people who knew where he was. They just couldn't tell everyone where he was. This book kept my attention all 513 pages. When you read this large of a book, you're kind of like, okay, at some point you're going to get lost. You're going to be like, oh, I don't like this part is slow. But Patterson does a really good job at making sure that it stays upbeat. Something is always happening. You want to keep reading, and it's never a dull moment. This book actually has a lot of jaw-dropping moments where you're just sitting there like, what? I did not know that was going to happen. It has many twists, turns, it has suspense. It's just filled with all kind of unpredictable everything. I did not want to put this book down, but it was just long. So it took me a long time to finish the book, which is why I'm late posting my video this time. I had 3 quotes that I really liked from this book. The first one was from chapter 3, page 24. The moment you lose focus, you make a mistake. So don't lose focus. And then the other one, chapter 19, page 119. 10 different people can watch the same thing and come away with 10 different unique takes on it. It's rude, right? And the last one, which is a longer one, so I gotta go to the book. Mr. President, he says, almost like a southern drawl, thick and incredibly. This man could look you in the eye and tell you that the world is flat, the sun rises in the west, and the moon is made of blue cheese, and he probably would pass a polygraph test while doing so. He's a good liar. That was from chapter 125, page 493. All the chapters isn't written for the perspective of one person. They change perspectives throughout the chapters between multiple characters. So one is the president, one is the vice president, one is Bach, and I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. And it goes back and forth between those 3 people, maybe throwing in a couple of other unimportant characters here and there. So that's the book. And the question always remains, am I going to keep this book or am I going to throw it out? Of course, I'm going to keep this book. It's a Patterson book. Who would keep a Patterson book? I gave this book a 5 out of 5 because it kept me interested and intrigued the whole time. So yes, I do recommend The President is Missing. It may take a long time to read, but it was so worth it. Next week, I will be discussing Milk and Honey. Yes, of course, as we can see, I did not choose this because the cover is all black. Nothing significant about this book. About this book, she tells you about this book on the last page. That's awesome. I didn't have to look it up. Milk and Honey is a collection of poetry about love, loss, trauma, abuse, healing, and femininity. It is split into 4 chapters. Each chapter serves a different purpose that deals with a different pain, heals a different heartache. Milk and Honey takes readers through a journey of their most bitter moments in life and finds sweetness in them, because there is sweetness everywhere if you're just willing to look. So this is next week's book, Milk and Honey. Tune back in next week for this. Follow me on Facebook at The Bookshelf Chronicles, Twitter at The Shelf Chronicles. The link for my website, if you want to see the written version of my review, is in the description below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. That'll be all. Till next time, Book Tribe.